Hey guys, it's Chickenator here. Hope you're doing well. Today, I thought since this was technically my first gaming video and we just hit 100 subscribers, I thought I'll get back to Frostpunk. And my goal for today is definitely to finish the game successfully, not dying. So we'll see. I've been practicing offline, so I'm having high hopes. First of all, I wanted to show you something. As I was practicing, I actually noticed that there is multiple scenarios, which isn't what's important right now. What I wanted to show you is that when you choose the scenario, this new home scenario is what we were doing originally, you can actually choose the difficulty. Now, am I struggling? Yes. Am I going to go to easy? Heck no. I started on medium, which is the default difficulty, and I'm going to finish on medium. Not sure if I'm brave enough for hard or extreme yet, but maybe in the future, we'll see. Let's start. Through my practice runs, I developed this strategy or scheme for how my settlement will look like. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We'll get all the coal that we can get right off the bat. And same with wood. And just a little bit of steel on the side. We'll start building tents all around the generator. Beat it up. And yes, we are doing child labor because we need all the workers we can get. As much as I'm against child labor, there's nothing else we can do. Or I should say there's nothing else that I figured out to do to actually succeed in this game in any other way. Let's turn on the generator. Perfect. Now I believe that should house all of our people. Now we can focus on health care and food, which will be the second layer over here. Healthcare, food, medical post. Technically, it doesn't matter where we build it right now because first of all, we are going to build more of them in the future, and second of all, I'm planning to those like heaters on the streets anyway, so heat won't be a problem in the future. What's up? Okay. I did sign a law for child labor, but I'm definitely not gonna be rude, so let's just give him a day off. 2 hunters' huts will be enough for now, especially since we don't exactly have a lot of people to man it anyway. Alright. Doing pretty good. The children are closest to the heat at least. At least some comfort is what I like to say. We need wood, guys. It's always the wood that just kind of runs out. Okay. See, this is the difference. The child and the mother are completely fine, so we won't make an exception this time. We just can't afford it. Yep, extended shift. Perfect. Let's put the children in the kitchen and start cooking our meals. Because we must be getting quite hungry actually.
The work shift starts.
And now what we want is a medical post, 25 wood. Okay, we're almost there. For the start, I think we're just gonna put a medical post instead of 210. Because I believe we have enough tents to house all of our people regardless. So we're dismantling 2 tents and putting medical posts instead of them. Well, we're definitely doing radical treatment because we have no other choice really. Now, what's the best part about our cookhouse and our medical post being together? We can put the heatings near them and it will be 2 birds with 1 stone actually, which we need right now. Well, that is actually a good idea because we can't afford it right now. Now, thankfully, we have enough engineers to put into our medical posts as well, so that's perfect. And I believe we still have places where we can take them from. So that's even better. What we need right now the most is wood. So we're just gonna focus on that. So we have enough coal for now and should be good enough. Now we can even build the workshop, which is a relatively large building. So we're gonna build it like over here. Should be good enough for now. Alright. What we need right now really is faster gathering. They'll have it done in no time, so we're good enough. Now this is actually important, or will be important later, because what I learned in my practice runs, we need to explore a lot more than I used to. Explore and make like detached colonies so that we can get more resources that will be important later. So we'll get to that as soon as we can. Alright, new research. Now, hunter's gear. So that we'll be good on the resources and can worry about everything else later. Oh, actually, never mind. The gravely ill are kept alive in care houses and no longer burden medical posts. The residents of care houses eat half as much. Hope will rise. This is perfect. Actually, never mind. This was a gem in disguise. Let's build it so that it's warm enough. A gathering post that will just speed up everything. What is gonna be next will be resource deposits, because we'll have to stockpile a lot of coal and we need space for that. I'm actually pretty glad we have quite a lot of food rations, and getting a lot of raw food for now. It's probably still not enough to feed everybody. Oh, actually it is. Perfect. That's rare for me. I'm usually in the red numbers and I don't have enough food for everyone. But seems like things changed. Now, we're gonna go for the beacon so that we can start exploring as soon as possible. Now, this one I actually always let him be, simply out of sympathy. Because first of all, he does not want to be treated. And I always figured just let him make his choice. See? It was his choice. That's what I always do, and I don't think it has much of an impact, so... Now, we will have to wait 11 more hours, but what I am gonna do is actually corpse disposal. This is another controversial choice, but I found out that this is actually like the best way to make use of the dead bodies, because cemetery actually takes people away from their jobs because they have funerals there. It takes space and doesn't give anything back. While corpse disposal actually in the later game lets you use the corpses as fertilizer for your food, which is absolutely necessary. Alright, time for corpse disposal.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
And the snow pit. conveniently enough, we'll be putting it next to the care house for convenience reasons, of course. Awesome. Now that we have the steam hubs which will work as a heating right over here, soon we'll have the heating, the beacon done. Perfect. I always like to watch this cutscene because it signifies our hope, and it's actually quite cool. Alright. We made a new scout. And I actually prefer going eastward. Because there's many more people over here than over here. And for now, we really need people more than resources because we can get our resources ourselves for now. And I also found out that no matter how fast I can go like west, south, westward, I can never get to the winter home before the survivor gets to our convoy or to our colony and tells us there's no one there. So I think there's no other way. Like there's no way saving the winter home. It's just empty and dead. So there's no point stressing over it. And I just go always eastward. Also, I would like to say I never like watched a guide. This is all just my observation. So please don't be too mean on me. I'm just doing what I think is best. Now this is another perk of corpse disposal. It literally just does good. The sick recover faster. What more can we ask for? This is perfect. Yes, Mary, we are. That's the point. I agree, Emma. We are doing fine. Okay. Observatory. Now, this is another thing that I found out. Just always send the survivors to the city. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to escort them there. Like, our scouts have so many better things to do than escorting survivors. Most of them will make it anyway. And our scouts can get important resources and more people in the meantime. Woman in despair? I don't think I ever actually got this. A woman is sitting in the snow pit holding her dead husband's hand, crying her heart out. Perhaps you should have agreed to give people proper burials after all. No! I'm sorry guys, I know what I'm doing. I did what I had to do. Perfect. Now we'll make coal thumpers right when we run out of all natural resources of coal. We'll also research sawmill because that's another resource that will run out of naturally and we'll need to get all these like frozen woods, which can only be done through the sawmill. Ooh, actually nice. We always do that. Indeed, this is perfect. Got a lot of new working hands that can help us get all the resources and move on. And we will look for the others for sure, because that's really what we need. Okay, we're actually gonna do explorations for the ill. I believe we can get enough rations. I genuinely believe it's worth it. Wait. Why did my scout unit just disperse? What happened? Huh? That's weird. And now we're kind of out of wood. Like entirely. And we don't have... Okay, let me see. We need 10 wood for the sawmill. For now, we'll dismantle one tent to build a sawmill, man a sawmill, get enough wood, This is the largest we can actually make it. The research will have to wait right now. I will provide shelter for everyone. I'm actually working on it. I'm just a little stuck right now because of the wood shortage, but we're working on that. Now we have enough wood to start the drawing boards upgrade. Build another hunter's hut. We're definitely getting a medical post upgrade for obvious reasons. Now the coal thumpers. Now this layer, like on top, will be for coal thumpers. I know this seems rather excessive right about now, but we need as much as possible, so we're gonna get as much as possible. Oh, I'm actually pretty confident, so let's hit all homes. I actually found out that 5 will be enough to like keep the deposits that it makes behind the building running, and it saves a lot of more workers for other places. Since food is becoming a problem, we're gonna get a hothouse, but first I think we're gonna do this because of the promise we made. We are kind of running out, but that's okay. What happened? Why? Do we have... I guess we're getting one more. Not really a problem at this point. And I knew that I needed like a lot more anyway. Automatons are always the best workers because you don't need to feed them, you don't need to do really anything with them. Yet they work tirelessly 24/7. But we did keep it warm, what do you mean? Oh. Mother... Of course! It just had to screw me over. Like, literally at the end of the promise period as well, temperature just had to drop, huh? See, it happens no matter what, and we literally sprinted to Winterhold. We'll be fine. Yeah, the Londoners can suck my toes. I know how to fix this. No, we're not gonna die here too, Edward. And we're doing order and discipline because I learned that it's actually really perfect for keeping like higher working conditions, especially in the late game when you need as much performance in coal mines as possible. Calm down, we're not gonna die for sure. Like, trust me. Why is our hope? This is really bad. Great, your time has come. Never mind. Never mind. What did I say at the start? We can do this. We can succeed. Well, I'm banished. I can't even say I did my best, to be fair. Yeah. I guess we'll have to succeed another time, because this really did not go well. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. I guess you guys will have to stick around for a little longer. See you next time.